The river Holtemme at Hazeroda in the Harz Mountains. Waterfalls and rapids alternate with calmer stretches of water. It's a picture of seemingly pristine nature. But just a few kilometers downstream, it's a different story. Here, the river is exposed to the effects of both urban living and agriculture. For researchers at the Helmholtz Center for Environmental Research, the Holtemme is of special interest, and they seek to understand the impacts of human activity on aquatic ecosystems. When we look at the water here in our area of investigation, the Holtemme, at first glance it looks clean. And indeed, the amount of visible, obvious pollution in our lakes and rivers has fallen considerably since the 1970s and 80s. We can see the traces left by our towns, cities and agriculture. This includes nutrients which cause eutrophication or the increased growth of algae. And we also find changes in the physical structure of a water body, which still have a strong influence on the ecosystem as a whole, even today. In fact, the majority of European rivers and lakes fail to meet EU quality standards. Information provided by the European Environment Agency in 2012 show particularly that this is the case in over 90% of the surface water bodies of a river basin district in Central Europe, here marked in dark red. But the loading situation of water bodies in other parts of Europe is only a little better. In general, the water bodies in densely populated areas are heavily loaded globally. The main types of pollution are nutrients and a whole array of chemicals used in agriculture, industry and our homes. This is aggravated sometimes by massive changes to the water body structure. To identify ways to improve the condition of our water bodies, researchers need to understand the effects of these different influences on the aquatic ecosystem. Because of the complexity of the problems, we agreed to focus intensively on one location here on the Holtemme, so we could thoroughly investigate the various mechanisms at work in the ecological system, including its management by society. The Helmholtz Center for Environmental Research has brought together its different areas of expertise in the project Aquatic Ecosystems. The project is led by the biologist Professor Markus Weiterer. In our project, we're studying water bodies as complete systems. We aren't just looking at the ecological structures, we're also interested in the processes and functions within the ecosystem. Ecologists and ecotoxicologists are working hand in hand to understand causal relationships in aquatic ecosystems. At intensive sites like the Holtemme, researchers can obtain detailed results on causes and effects. But it's not just about one river. The research team is hoping to gain new insights for the optimization of water body management, which can then be applied to other locations. So we're working with different disciplines and a wide range of scientific methods which can also be generalized, for example with experiments with mathematical modeling. And we're expanding our area of investigation beyond the Holtemme, studying different water bodies, small ones, big ones, in different types of regions. The Aquatic Ecosystems project is one of 10 interdisciplinary projects being carried out by the Helmholtz Center for Environmental Research. It's an important step towards understanding our environment and resolving the conflicts between humans and nature. The researchers from the sciences and the humanities believe that the right approach requires not just excellent research, but also dialogue and cooperation with communities at various levels: local, European and international. For example, in partnership with the European Environment Agency and the United Nations Environment Programme. Our aim is to identify ways of bringing healthy aquatic ecosystems into harmony with the development of society. And that's what we're working towards in our integrated project, in an interdisciplinary team from the ecological foundations to implementation within society and the relevant legal framework.